Okay, guys. So question number 2, what you have is 12x squared and then 4y squared divided by 2y, right? So this one, so 12 into 4 is going to be 48, right? Then x squared, you get 2 here, y squared here divided by y. So you can see it's going to be 24. So x squared is here. So the power is 1. So it's going to be y. Okay, so that's the answer.
There's no answer.
Okay, that's fine. So, but that's a mistake.
You just say
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so just circle that question and let me know. And what is the next question? Question number 3. Okay, question number 3, it's minus b plus a is equal to 39. And then a plus b is equal to 29, right? So now you will see, this is my first equation, and then the second one is my second equation, right? So if you add these together, so what I'm saying, 1 plus 2, if you add these together, you can see these two will go minus b plus b. Yeah, when you add these together, you will see those two will go, and then a plus a is going to be 2a. When you add these together, it's going to be 8 here, 1, it's going to be 668. So a is going to be 34. So if a is equal to 34, right? If a is equal to 34, then how to find b? So a plus b is equal to 29. So b is equal to 29 minus a. So 29 minus a would be 34. Okay, so it's going to be minus 5 is the answer. So it's b is equal to minus 5. Okay, right? So what is the next one? What is the next question? What is the next question? Quick. Question number 9. Okay, question number 9. You have x is equal to y squared plus 7 and y is equal to 1, right? So if you have that y squared, right? So you write y squared is equal to x minus 7. So y is equal to square root of x minus 7. Right? Square root of x minus 7. So now you have to plot this with this, right? So how, now I will teach you how to plot square root stuff. So y is equal to not here. So y is equal to square root of x. Y is equal to square root of x graph looks like this. If you have y is equal to x minus 1 square root, it looks like this, starting from 1. Okay. So how do you find the starting point here? How do you find the starting point here? There is an easy game for that. Right? There is a trick for that. The trick would be this. If you have y is equal to x minus 1 square root, you are going to make inside 0. Once you make inside 0, you get x is equal to 1, right? Yeah. So from here, you get x is equal to 1. So that will give you the starting point here. It would be like that. Now, for example, you have y is equal to x 2x minus 6 square root. Now, how do you find the starting point? You make the inside 0, right? So when you make inside 0, you get x is equal to 3. So 3 is the starting point, right? Got it? So now the question you have here is x minus 7, right? So the question is this. So I'm going to have the recording here. So I'm going to send you that recording so that you can go through that at home, right? So in my words, right? So y is equal to x minus 7 square root and y is equal to 1, right? So you know, when you make it into 0, so x is going to be 7, right? So these are techniques that you have to know and remember. Okay, this is how you do the business, right? So it would be this here 7, right? Y is equal to 1. How y is equal to 1 looks like this, right? So this is 1 is y is equal to 1, right? So you need to find this coordinate, right? Right. So now this is the graphical interpretation of that, but you don't have to really do in this way. So y, you are given, right? You are given this, right? You are given this. X is equal to y squared plus 7 is given to you, and also you are given y is equal to 1. So these are simultaneous equations, sim equations, right? So these are sim equations. So you can put y1 here. So then it would be 1 squared plus 7. It's going to be 8. So your coordinate would be x 8 and 1. So you can have that answer 8 and 1, but this is a graphical interpretation. If you graph it, this coordinate is 8 and 1. So that makes sense because this point here is 8, right? So I gave you this extra knowledge in case if you get something like that, you know how to tackle. Yeah, plotting wise. Yeah. Next question. Next question. 13. Okay. Question number 13. You have 3 square root 3 minus 2 square root 5. The whole thing squared, right? So this is nothing but 3 square root 3 minus 2 square root 5 times 3 square root 3 minus 2 square root 5. Now what you do here, you are multiplying like this and you are multiplying like this, right? Then if you do so, you will have 3 square root 3 times 3 square root 3 is going to be 9 times 3. Then the next one you have minus 6 times square root 15, right? Then this one you get minus 6 times square root 15. Then the other one plus 4 times 5, right? So now you can see here, this is going to be 27. This is going to be 6 square root 15 minus 6 square root 15. So it's going to be minus 12 square root 15 plus 20. So 20 plus 27 is going to be 47 minus 12 square root 15 is the answer. Okay, my bad. So mark it down so that I can correct it. Yeah, and also write down Amra. So if you, now this is the right answer, right? Just write down the right answer in front of the question so that I can see that. Okay, next question. 15. The equation of a straight line is y is equal to 3x plus 5. The new line intersects the first line at point 27. The new line intersects the x axis at the point 90. The equation of the new line is, okay. Okay, question number 15. The equation of a straight line is 3x plus 5. Okay, so we'll have that. Y is equal to 3x plus 5. Okay. The new line intersects the first line at the point 27. Okay. So it's going to be 27. Okay. The new line intersects the x-axis at point 90. This is your x-axis. Here it's going to be 90. Okay. The equation of the new line is, okay guys, equation of the new line, right? So now this line is given y is equal to 3x plus 5. This is given, right? So you need to find this line, right? So this line has y is equal to mx plus c, right? So you have to find m, you have to find c, right? Right? So how to find m? M is y difference rise over run, right? So you can see 7 minus 0, then 2 minus 9. So it's going to be 7 divided by minus 7, m is minus 1. So once you have that, so you're going to write it here. So it's going to be minus 1x plus c, right? Yeah. So now how to find c? Now how to find c? So you are going to plug any of the coordinate on that line, right? Right. Plug any of the coordinate. So you can say 90. Plug 90 into y is equal to minus 1x plus c. So if you do so, y is equal to 0 minus 1 times 9 plus c. So c is equal to 9 here. So the equation is minus x plus 9. Okay. Question 14. Question 14. What is the average compared to the median score for the set of data below? Okay. So what is the median? What is the median? Huh? Middle number? Middle number, yeah. But you get the middle number, you have to be careful. Middle number would be if you order it in the ascending order, right? So now this is in the ascending order, right? 56, 61, 73, 82, ascending order, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so here tell me. So 14th question, tell me the average value and tell me the median value. Average is 68. Median? Huh? How much? 6, 7. Okay, 6, 7. So that's the middle value, right? You add those together and divide by 2, yeah? Yeah, so that means average is greater than median. Yeah. Okay, next value. Next question. You know how to find average, right? Yeah, Dhyati? Yeah. Next question. Huh? Okay. Katie needs to borrow some money to buy a Latin something, right? Costing $5,000. She's considering 2 loans. Okay. One loan is 8% per annum. PA means per annum. Annum means a year, right? Year, simple interest over 4 years, right? Okay. So the other one is 6%. Okay. So now 5,000 is what? So 5,000 is what they have taken, right? And then the first option, right? So I would say case 1. The first case would be, how much is the percentage there? 8%. So 8% per year. Okay. So this will tell you 1 year, if you invest $100, you get 8, right? For 1 year, if you invest 5,000, how much you get? 8 divided by 100 times 5,000, yeah? Right? This is for 1 year, yeah? So this is for 1 year. So for 4 years, it would be what? 4 times, right? 4 times, yeah. Right. So that is the answer to that one, right? So the other one is 6%, 3 years, right? So case 2. So case 2, you have 6%, right? 6% per annum, right? So it will tell you 1 year. So it's going to be 100. It's going to be 6 year. Then for 5,000, it would be 6 divided by 5,000. Sorry, 6 divided by 100. 6 divided by 100 times 5,000. Right? So for 4 years now, how much? For 4 years, it would be, sorry, 3. 3. So it would be, so it's going to be now how much? So these two gone, these two gone. So going to be 50, 300, 900. This is going to be, these two gone, these two gone. It's going to be 400, 1600, yeah? So how much interest will she pay for the cheaper of these two loans? 900, yeah? Okay. Okay, so this question here, question number 17. So there were 25 chocolates in a box. All right, so this is a box. Altogether, you have 25. 10 were milk, 10. 13 were dark, 13. And 2 had nuts in them. Okay, nuts, 2, right? So what is the chance that a chocolate chosen randomly had nuts? Huh? Oh, no, 17, right? What is the chance that a chocolate chosen random milk? Okay. Chocolate, right? So 10 divided by 25, right? Okay. So that question is very easy. Okay. Next question. Next question. Okay. 26. Oh, 26 question is wrong. Why A? Why A? Find the value of x given that x is less than 2. Why? Huh? Yeah, what is A here? So what is that? 5 ratio 2 is what? 5 divided by 2. Is that? So okay, don't worry about that question. That question is poorly done. Huh? Yeah. Okay, next one, quick. Next one. 29. So if you go to 29,
This is my sister.
Okay, so question number 29 here. Right. So George advertised his car 10% less than what he paid for his new car. Okay, so this is new car 29, right? This is your old car. Okay, so now 10% less than, right? So if the new car is X here, this, how much is this car? 10% less than, right? So 10% less than, right? So it should be, if the new car is X, all car is X times 10% less than means 90%. Yeah, 90%. So this is what we have. Now, okay, so this is your old car, right? If the car in the advertisement is that, okay, so this is 45,000. This is 45,000. So from here you can find these two gone, right? So you can find X, right? So what is X value? 50,000. So X is 50,000, right? Is that the answer?
Well, that's B.
Hmm?
It's wrong.
So what is the answer?
It's B.
Why?
So it's B because like you makes no sense. You bought like it's 10% off.
Huh?
It's 10% off.
So advertise 10%. So okay, look, he's advertising 10% less than what he paid for his new car.
Yeah, so you do 45,000 over 100. Not that by 10. You count the zeros. The result you get, you subtract that by 45,000, giving you the answer of B. If you understand.
If the car is an advertisement cost 45,000, so 45,000 is what you have here, right?
Yeah, 45,000. Times that by 10%. That's how much you paid. Right.
No. So this is the answer to this question, but the answers are incorrect here. So your answer is correct, right? Your answer is correct if X is 45,000.
No, but doesn't it say, huh?
If X is 40,000, the answer is correct. Huh? No. No, he's advertising the old car. He's advertising the old car, right? So this is the answer, but you understand that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why would I?
Yeah. So the answers are.
But the result of your 10% base.
Yeah, I know. So it's wrongly worded. It should be not the advertised. The new car is 45,000. Yeah. Okay, next one. 31. Okay, so the 31st question, 5 square root 50 plus 5 square root of 18, right? So this I can write 5, 50 would be 2 times 25 plus 5, this is going to be 9 times 2. So this can be 5, 2 square root, 25 square root plus 5, 9 square root, 2 square root. This is going to be 5, this is going to be 3, so it's going to be 25 square root 2 plus this is going to be 15 square root 2, which is going to be 30, 40 square root 2. That's the answer. Okay. Yep. Next one. 44. The perimeter of a perimeter of two circles is in the ratio 1:9. Perimeter of two circles. Okay. So this is the perimeter of this one. So radius is R1. This is another one. This is R2. So the perimeter would be 2 pi R1 here. That one would be 1 to 9. So this is 1. The other one is 2 pi R2 is going to be 9, right? So what you can do, if you want, you can divide these two, right? So it's going to be 2 pi R1 divided by 2 pi R2 is equal to 1 divided by 9, right? So you get R1 divided by R2 is equal to 1 divided by 9, right? So you can do that as well, right? So you write these two down like that. When you divide, you can cancel these two off, right? Now find the ratio of the radii. Ratio of the radii is going to be R1 divided by R, which is 1.
Yeah, but one.
A is on R1 to R2, 1 to 9 again. Okay, 1 to 9. Next question. Next question. Next one. 34. Okay, we'll do the 30s first. Yeah. So this tells you this, right? So this one would be 3. It's going to be 0, 3 then. And you have 1 here. It's going to be 4, 0 then, right? So you need to find the gradient, right? So the gradient is rise over run. So it's going to be 3 minus 0, 0 minus 4. Answer is minus 3 divided by 4. Okay. Yeah. Do it properly. Because if you take here first, here, then this one also should start from here, right?
Yeah.
If you flip it, you are going to flip the sign. We did that.
Alright, it's the 49.
41. Okay, 41. It's going to be 35. $23 here, right? Okay, so they're asking which number does not fit into this category, right? So what you have to do, so first number is 30. So if you put 30 here, what do you get? You get 35. So it does not fit. This fits, right? If you put 31, so it's going to be 36 here. 35. This is not right. How come this is true, right? So the answer is there. B is the answer. You put the value to x. So the second answer is 31, right? You put 31 here. When you 31 here, it's 36, right? Yeah, so 35 cannot be greater than 36, right? Yeah, next one. Oh, 49. Okay, 49. If the area of an equilateral triangle is this much, find the perimeter. Okay, it's a good question. Look. Okay, 49. Guys, pay attention here. 49, good question. You have equilateral triangle. So you have this equal, equal, equal. Then suppose this is x, this is x, this is x, right? So the area, right? So then this is going to be x divided by 2, this is going to be x divided by 2, right? Right? To avoid that complexity in the exam, what you have to do is this. To avoid this complexity, these questions are repeating. You make it like that. This is 2x, this is 2x, this is 2x. You make that x and x. See, you avoid that complexity, x divided by 2 thing, by defining your length to be 2x. So then you get x and x right here, right? So now you know that. So now you can use Pythagoras theorem to find this h. Use Pythagoras theorem to find that h. So Pythagoras theorem would be 4x squared, which is this square of that one, right? Is equal to this one, x squared plus h squared. So from here you get h is equal to square root 3x. Right? So now the area of that is going to be half times base times height. Right? So this is going to be that. So area would be now half. What is your base now? 2x. What is your height now? Square root 3x, right? So your answer would be 2 gone. Square root 3 x squared is the area, and that is nothing but 400 square root 3. You see how smartly this question is given to you, because you can cross these two off. Then x is going to be 20.
That's not even an answer there.
Oh no, hold on. They ask you the perimeter. So now if x is equal to 20, right? What would be the perimeter? So perimeter would be 2x, 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 6x, right? So it's going to be 20 times 6, which is 120. 40? 48? Okay. Okay, so now you have a question here?
Yeah. It already says the area of the equilateral triangle is 400 root 3. Would you have to do whatever? Because it was already given.
Yeah, no. Area is given, right?
Yeah.
Guys, area is given. Why the area is given? So that you can equate that into this and find x. If you equate only, you can find x, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, area is given, but you are using area here to find x. You have to do. Otherwise, how come you find x? Otherwise, there is no chance you get x, right? Okay, so now 48 here. If tan A is equal to 3 divided by 4, if tan A is equal to 3 divided by 4, right? So what is cot A? What is cot A? Okay, I'll tell you one thing, right? I'll give you a few relations here, very important. Note it down. These are coming. Tan A can be written as sin A divided by cos A. Write it down. So these are the things we learned from the papers, guys. Okay, write it down. Then cot A is 1 divided by tan A. Cot A is equal to 1 divided by tan A. So here you have cot A, so it's going to be 1 divided by tan A. So it would be 1 divided by 3 divided by 4. So answer would be 4 divided by 3. Also here you have to note down cot A is equal to cos A divided by sin A as well. It depends on the question, because you get cot A here, right? So you get cot A, and what is given here? Tan is given. So then obviously you know this should be used.
I already got this right. I thought it was one of those pretty confusing. So I like flipped the numbers.